Hello everyone, my name is Yogesh and today I am giving lecture on responsive design in Windows application. Before starting this lecture, I would like to show you the output of this lecture. This is a form. If you will see, when we are researching it, all the controls of this form are adjusting their position and size according to the size of this form. Now if you will see, we have a fixed margin from both of the side, and we have a label having my responsive design, a text in it which is also adjusting its position. We have a grid view which is having three columns. Third column is automatically adjusting and filling up the rest of the space, and we have these buttons which are also adjusting their position with respect to form design. Now to build this form, I will like to I will just show you some of the controls which we require to build such responsive form and the properties which we will require. So before starting anything else, first of all I would like to show you a property which is named as dock. We also call it as a docking property, docking style also. Now this is the main thing which will help us to build responsive design. If you will see, in the docking property we have this panel. This means dock control to the top, this means dock control to the bottom, this means control to the left side, this is means fill the control to the space it has, and dock the control to the right hand side. Now if I will click on this one, it will automatically push my control on the top. I can only change its size, but uh, the position of this control will remain dock to uh, top. And let me fix my form. Now if you will see, this button will adjust its position according to the form size. Now this is the property which we will be using in which we will be using all the time in this tutorial. So coming to the controls which you will require for making a responsive design, we require controls which are under container category. The controls which we will be using are flow layout panel, split container, and table layout panel. Split container we won't be using. I will just give you an introduction about it. But the main thing we will use to make responsive design are flow layout panel and table layout panel. Now what is flow layout panel? Flow layout panel is an panel in which we can put our controls, but all the controls will remain in an specified, or you can say a fixed hierarchy, not a hierarchy, in a fixed pattern from left to right, or right to left, or you can or also do top to bottom and bottom to up. So it totally depends upon you. Let me show you what it do. Let me put some of the controls. Let me add some of the buttons. Now you will see, we cannot move button position anywhere. If we will move, it will go back to its relative position. Let me resize it. So this is what table layout panel do. If you will see its property, flow direction, if I will do top to bottom, bottom to left to right, and bottom up, it will adjust all the controls according to that. Now what we will do is, we will just we will set the dock property of this flow layout panel to bottom. uh, Now we do have this. Now I will select flow direction from right to left, and I will do this. Now if you will see, all of my buttons will remain at the bottom end. Now there is one more thing. If you have adjusted any of this layout to a bottom, like I have I have just set docking property to dock its this flow layout panel to bottom. Now if I will select this property for this button, then this button will lie up over it. So here we can adjust this one, but this control will lie over the first control which has been placed, which has been set with this property, bottom docking to dock to bottom. Now if we want to place controls multiple under same docking property, So what we will do is we will use a table layout panel here. We will put we'll set its dock property to fill. Now we can add different rows and columns into it. Let's after adding these columns and rows, you have to go into edit row and columns. Now I can fix the size of both of the column. I have fixed 20 pixel absolutely, and for the center column I have specified 100%. It will occupy the remaining space. Now coming back to this one, I have set row size to 40 and again 40. I will set this row size and I will set 100% to the second row. Yes. Now you can see it has automatically adjusted all the sections. Now in between this one, as I told you that I need two button panels at the bottom. So what I will do is I will place one more table layout in this. I will set its margin property to 0 so that I could have my controls there. I will remove one of the rows and I will set its docking property to fill. Now I have a two division here. Now I will drop to flow layout panel here. I will set their margin again 0 and I will dock it to fill. Now it will automatically fill in the section which it is in. You can add only one control within one cell of this table layout. So that's why whenever you need two or more controls, you have to put one more table layout in that cell and you can put more controls there. I will set again it to fill. Now I will drop two buttons at bottom here and at the bottom on the second layout panel. But what I will do is I will adjust its position to flow to white. Now if we will run our program and if we check our form, if I adjust it, all buttons are on their own positions. They are not overlapping each other or not adjusting. They are adjusting their position according to the page size. Now let's add some design also. I don't like control color at all. Now we will add an label here and we will set its auto size property to false and we will set its dock property to fill. And coming to the text alignment, I will select center. Now I will set my responsive design. Now coming to this one, in the center form I am just putting my grid view, data grid view, and I will set its dock property to fill. Let's have some color here, light green. Now there is one more thing. You can see there is a margin in each of these controls. So if you want to fill it completely, just set its margin to 0. Now you can see now margin has been filled. Now coming to this my grid view, let me add some columns. Let's add name, city and address. Now if you will see, we have three columns but they are not adjusting their size according to the design, according to the form design, form size. Let's run this. We have two positions. First of all, my label is working working as a responsive label. My buttons are on their position, but and grid view are also adjusting its size, but my columns are not adjusting. So for this, you just have to go into the column property, edit column, into address, go to the auto size, and you have to select fill. In all of the controls, we do have this fill property, so you can adjust it for any of the control on any form. So it will adjust itself as compared to that. So this is our responsive design. Now telling you about some of the more controls. We have to add one more form. Windows application. We'll resize it. I will set this form to the startup 3, and I will add split container here. Split container automatically make itself dock to the form size. Now what I will do is I will add 2 button here, and I will set their dock property to fill on both of the split container. And if I will run my project, my form, first of all they are resizing. Second, if I move split container, then also they are resizing themselves. So split container is very good control whenever you have some work regarding splitting your form into divisions. We have other container too, table tab control. If you will see this tab control, there is also one more property, dock. Dock is the property which is for every control, so you can set it to make it resizable as with respect to the design. So the main magic is of dock property and the table layout panel. If you know about these things, you can make a responsive design Windows application. So subscribe my channel. Have a good day. Keep learning. Be happy.